Jesus was teaching his disciples and telling them, "The Son of Man is to be handed over to men, and they will kill him, and 3 days after his death, the Son of Man will rise." Wait a second, did he say the resurrection? What is that? Never heard of it. But they were afraid to question him about. Besides, they were too busy arguing about who among them is the greatest, the best one, the first one, the funniest one, the best looking one, the smartest one, the one Jesus likes the most. Welcome everyone, Father Chris. Let's say that your best friend is telling you that he or she will be relocating to another state. May invite you over to share this news with you and may even say things like, "Listen, I have something to tell you. Please keep it to yourself for now, but I decided to move away from here. I won't be able to see you that often." But you, instead of paying attention to your friend, thinking in your head what you are going to have for dinner or how to spend the weekend. "Oh, okay, thanks for telling me that. See you later." Or even a worse scenario, your friend called you over to share with you that she or he just found out that they are terminally ill. "Please don't tell anyone yet, but pray for me." Would you? But instead of listening, your mind is wandering somewhere else, thinking about that book you have just read, or about what will happen in the next episode of your favorite soap opera, or who will win the baseball game tonight. Of course you wouldn't do that. Who would, right? That would be not only unkind, but even disrespectful. When your friend wants to share with you some very important news, you would listen, you would pay attention, you would forget about any unimportant things and just focus on your friend. That's what friends do. But the disciples didn't listen. They didn't pay attention to their friend, Jesus. Just think about it. Jesus is telling his friends something that he never shared with anybody else yet. He trusts them, he loves them, he wants them to know what is coming, that things won't always be so nice and colorful. He is telling them that soon they will be witnessing his passion and his death. Horrible. But that is not the end. On the 3rd day, he will rise from the dead. He will win the battle with death and be raised again. He is telling them that death is not the end. There will be the resurrection. What news? Amazing. But what do? It seems like they don't listen. They don't pay attention. They don't understand, and they are afraid to ask for an explanation, and even worse, they continued arguing among themselves who among them is the best. Very unkind, very disrespectful. How could they? But guess what? Jesus is your friend too. At least he should be, right? And he wants to share with you the greatest news ever. He wants to share with you how to live in order to be happy. He wants to tell you that even though your life may get bumpy and difficult, there is a better life to come. There is resurrection. He wants to tell you that you need to be humble like a child, not trying to be better than anyone else. And he wants to tell you so much more through the words of the scripture, through the sacraments, through your prayers, and through another person. But do you listen? Do you pay attention to his words? Or are you just like those disciples? You are not trying to understand, and besides, your mind is wandering somewhere else. When you are at church, do you focus on Christ's message, or are you thinking about that movie you just watched? When you pray or say a rosary, do you focus on the words you are saying, or are you thinking about that delicious dinner you will have later? When you read the Bible, do you pay attention to what God is speaking to you? Or in your mind, again, are you far away thinking about getting that promotion at work? Jesus has always something very important to tell you and me. Actually, he has something most important to tell us. But do we listen? Do we pay attention? Or just like those disciples, are we just thinking about earthly, unimportant things? Let us be humble and let us pay attention. So let's go to work. God bless you.